Hey y'all, it's Jennifer Farr Davis, your policy guide with Crossing Our Divide. And this week we're going to talk about more groups and organizations that can not just help policy, but help us personally improve the divides in our country. I recently asked a campaign manager what we can do about the ugly discourse between candidates. And she replied that it was not really a candidate issue. It was more a reflection of our culture. And I call half BS to that because candidates absolutely need to take responsibility for their actions and words. But the campaign manager was correct in pointing out that the problem goes beyond elected officials and is deeply embedded in our culture. In order to create a strong and sustainable solution, we need to implement a two-prong approach that supports change from the top down and from the bottom up. So what does that mean? And what does it look like for us? It means we can't rely solely on our elected officials and nonprofit organizations to fix this mess for us. We, as citizens, as Americans, also have to put in the work. I know, right now you're thinking, what difference can I make? What difference can any one person make? A lot. When it comes to softening hearts, opening doors, changing perceptions, and creating connections, the impacts of individuals will always outweigh policy. Yes, you can make a difference in your family, in your social circles, in your community, in your city, and in your country. And here are some resources that can help. Number 1, Pew Podcast. A lot of great information exists on polarization, but the data put out by Pew Research Center keeps rising to the top. And the most digestible content Pew has put out there on the topic of polarization is 4 20-minute podcasts. So if you have 80 minutes of commuting or exercising, the Beyond Polarization podcast will give you a deeper understanding of how and why we got here and what needs to happen to make it better. Number 2, It Starts With Us. The Beyond Polarization podcast is produced by Pew Trust and hosted by Dr. Peter Coleman, who is a leading national expert in polarization. He is also the founder of It Starts With Us. This organization offers a polarization detox challenge, which consists of a 4-week skill-building boot camp with daily exercises aimed at ending the blame cycle and working towards constructive conflict. If you want to take a deep dive into where you are on the polarization spectrum, while also having fun and gaining skills that will help you work through partisan challenges, this is it. Number 3, Ad Fontes. Last week we mentioned Snopes as a credible place to fact-check the news. Ad Fontes rates media and allows you to see where your preferred news source falls on the media bias scale. These outlets are rated on a left to right, progressive to conservative scale, and are also rated on the amount of news or fact versus opinion that they offer. Each channel is put through the same grading scale and measured by a panel that includes left-leaning, right-leaning, and a moderate position. I encourage everyone to visit Ad Fontes to see where your news sources fall. Number 4, New Pluralist. Need some inspiration? Ideas from people doing the work of partisan bridge building? Well, check out New Pluralist. This group seeks to dismantle the us versus them narrative by bringing together individuals and groups who are committed to fostering cultural dialogue, understanding, and empathy. Number 5, Listen First. Their pledge states, I will listen first to understand. And they host and support a coalition of 500 organizations similar to Crossing Our Divide that are striving to build bridges and bring people together. There are so many good groups doing good work. Even if you haven't found a way to plug into our top 10, you can spend a little time visiting the coalition page at Listen First, and there's a good chance you'll find a group that you're a great fit for. Any of the above organizations can help you on the path towards better understanding the America that is not like you. And at Crossing Our Divide, we are going to try to find creative solutions to complement their efforts. So stay tuned, take our survey, share our updates, and make a contribution, because together we are crossing our divide.